Thank you, Mr Deputy Speaker, and I rise with genuine pleasure to talk about this motion, and I thank the member for raising it, because this is about empowering communities to reduce their power prices and to also cut greenhouse gas emissions, and that's both laudable and eminently achievable. So this is happening all around the world, and I'm really proud of previous efforts by Labor governments to support these initiatives. For example, in the last Labor government, the Rudd-Gillard government, we allocated significant amounts of funding to empower communities to grab the renewable energy opportunities. We had the $10 billion Clean Energy Finance Corporation, we had the $3.2 billion ARENA, we had $1.2 billion for businesses to invest in energy efficiency and renewable energy, and very specifically for this motion, we had the $100 million low-income energy efficiency program, the $200 million community energy efficiency program, and the $40 million remote Indigenous energy program. Those three last funds, $340 million in total, was directed at empowering communities to seize their energy future by investing in renewable energy to help reduce greenhouse gas emissions and to reduce power prices. Well, where are we now? The Australian Energy Market Operator has found that there will be 15 gigawatts of coal-fired power that will retire over the next 20 years. Matt Keane, the Liberal New South Wales Energy Minister, has stated only as recently as last week that 4 of the 5 current coal-fired power stations in New South Wales will retire over the next 15 years. I represent the great seat of Shortland in the Hunter region. We are literally the powerhouse for the nation. 4 of the 5 power stations in New South Wales, the 4 that are due to retire over the next 15 years, are in my electorate and the neighbouring electorate of Hunter. We contribute 25% of the total power production in the entire country. But those 4 power stations are reaching the end of their technical life. The companies have set closure dates for 3 of the 4. AGL has said that Liddell will close in 2023, Bayswater in 2035, Eraring, the biggest power station in the country, in 2032, and EMO has found that Vales Point is likely to retire in the second half of this decade. So we have a massive hole in our energy market that must be filled. And the Australian Energy Market Operator has confirmed what every other independent expert has found, which is the cheapest form of new power to replace that is renewable energy, solar and wind, made 100% reliable, backed up through pumped hydro storage and batteries. That is the future. But the people who are holding the future at bay, who are standing up against the future, are the reactionaries in the current government. I won't call them Liberals, because they're not Liberals. They are reactionaries. They are the last vestige of the DLP holding back the future. What have we seen in the last year? Renewable energy investment has fallen off a cliff. In the last quarter, only 3 projects reached financial closure. Investment is down 50% from where it averaged in the 2019 calendar year. A study by the Clean Energy Council and UTS has found that 11,000 jobs will be lost in the industry over the next 2 years due to this government's policy vacuum. This government, which has presided over the national economy for 7 years, has had 19 energy policies in those 7 years. How can you invest in an asset that has a 40-year payback span when the policy is changing more than once a year? In fact, in 1 2-week period, they had 3 different energy policies. I've seen greater stability in third world juntas than we're getting out of this mob in power now. And the tragedy is, Mr Deputy Speaker, that the parlour games they play, the fact that they're held hostage to the fossils in their party room like Barnaby Joyce and Craig Kelly, who reject the science of climate change, it's households that are paying. Households who are paying more for their power than they need to because those aren't supporting investment in renewable energy. It's the planet that is suffering because we're not reducing our greenhouse gas emissions as fast as we can, and we're also losing out on the massive economic opportunities of us becoming a renewable energy export superpower. We will still be one of the greatest exporters of energy in the world. It'll just be exporting renewable energy through hydrogen, through direct DC underwater cables, and through empowering energy-intensive manufacturing through low energy prices. In aluminium smelting, steel making, this is the future if we invest in renewable energy. Those opposite stand condemned by history because they stand in the way of that. They reject the science of climate change, they reject market economics. All they're interested in is lining the pockets of their mates.